In today's video, I'm going to meet up a friend that I met on Facebook Marketplace about a year ago when I started this journey. I answered a post a long time ago just about someone who was selling video games. Obviously, I met the person, bought those games, and chit-chatting back and forth, it turns out that he buys storage units and sometimes comes across, some pretty cool items. Over the past year, we've met up maybe about 4 or 5 times. I've gotten some deals on some video game systems from him, some loose copies of games, random things like that. Today, he's come across a couple units where he bought them, didn't get to see really what was inside, but it turns out there were a lot of games. I have more in this video on what we got. We're looking at some 3DS XL consoles, an NES, I think there was a DS Lite in there, a Game Boy Advance, Xbox 360, Xbox One, a PS2, some PS3 items. It was a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and meet up with him now, and I'll come back and show you guys what's in the video. So he divided it up into 2 different boxes, 1, 2. This box was all stuff that he said that he tested already, and at least knew that it powered on or it worked. This was one where he wasn't able to do much of anything. I have a lot of the hookups for things like this, so I can always test them out. I have controllers. Part of our trade-off, I don't mind cleaning up and testing some of these just to make sure that he can then sell these, right? Him getting a good deal means I get a good deal. So it's always one of those things that, as you're making friends on Facebook and you're getting items, a little bit goes a long way. So building this relationship with them and then getting first dibs on, a heavy good amount. I mean, let's take a look at this first bin. So first off, we have a Nintendo, which I believe he said the light just keeps blinking. So what we will need to do is just, replace the 72 pin inside. We'll plug it all in, we'll see what happens. If that's the test, then I'll go ahead and order one of those, and I'll make a video on how to replace that. It's very easy. It's like a $15 replacement. If you ever come across a Nintendo, it's a really good way to fix it and get everything going. So starting off, we have the Nintendo. Take some of this out. We've got Legend of Zelda, original gold version. He did say it kind of shakes a little bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and open it up and see if I can't fix that. It also has the Adventures of Link, which I have both of these. These are really good. And we also have Super Mario Brothers. Right Bros, I already have Right. If this was left, it'd be great. So if I take this, I think what I would do is I would take all 3 of these games, fix the Nintendo, and probably sell it for, I don't know, $100. I think that's a very easy flip. You get 3 really good games and a Nintendo for $100 with what looks like 2 controllers. This one, I can already tell it's a knockoff, right? Because it didn't say Nintendo. This one says Nintendo. So if they're both good, they both work, $100, it should be very easy. And then what I want to try to keep is, he's got Mega Man 2, Contra, Double Dragon 2, Karate Kid, not a heavy hitter, but it's one that I don't have, and then Mega Man 4. So I mean, getting these are 5 that I'd want to keep and add to my collection. I think is very good. Nintendo Wii Sports Resort, and this should be one that also has full disc and the manual. This is a really good find. And the case is actually in pretty good condition. Xbox Need for Speed and Most Wanted. I'll put prices up with these things. Complete with the manual. I just have to make sure that the disc is not that scratched. I'm gonna see if you can't see this in the light here. But honestly, from initial check, I'm not seeing a lot of marks on it. It's actually a really good find. And complete in box, I believe, we'll go ahead and put it up on the screen, but I believe it's about $65. So Wii Sports Resort is about 25, this is about 60. Payday was one that I've never played before, but I heard it was a lot of fun. This is like a $12 game, but it's one that I thought I would add to my collection and go ahead and play. It's really good to see that it's complete in box as well, and that the disc, holds up pretty well. PS4 games have that newer technology where everything kind of just like holds up very well. and it's supposed to be a little bit more scratch resistant. All right. Okay, go ahead and take these out. There's also a lot more good stuff in here. So, also got he had a switch case, which really isn't anything, but if we open up the switch, or the switch case, there are a few games. We've got Final Fantasy Tactics, it's about 25 bucks, and then Tetris Worlds. I think this is one that I would keep. Final Fantasy I might sell. I'm not a big Final Fantasy person, just turn-based RPGs weren't my thing. But in here, this is what I want to highlight. Let me go ahead and get this in the light a little bit here. So there are 8 games in here. I already know that there's 5 that I already have. We got Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Animal Crossing, which is a bummer because I just bought this. Zelda Link's Awakening, you know, I'll go ahead and put a plug here. I've already made a bunch of videos on how to go through that one. Got Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury. If you guys have seen those, I did the Bowser Fury video as well. And then we also have Super Mario Odyssey. This is just a plug for all the videos that I've made before. A lot of cool stuff. But the 3 that I wanted to keep, and I'm gonna test to make sure these work, are Let's Go Pikachu. We have Let's Go Eevee, so that's one that I'll wanna add to this collection. BioShock, I've played this on Xbox 360, but never on the Switch. And then something that I've never heard of, but we'll see if Asher would want to play, something called Chicken Range, right? I'm hoping that I can sell all these games and then just kind of collect these ones. They don't come in cases, which is kind of a bummer. I'm always a big case collector type, but you know, I'll take what I can get. I can always hopefully make some money and then buy the cases on eBay. So we have that. Look at the controller. Right, we have a DS Lite, I believe. Yep, DS Lite. Go ahead and open this bad boy up. Not bad. I believe it turns on. I believe he says everything. I just need to, you know, I'd have to clean it. See if I'd want to sell that or keep it. Comes with, you know, the adapters. There are 3 in here, so there's one, I believe, for the DS Lite, and then we've got this bad boy here, the other AC adapters. I also have 2 DSs. I have to go through and look at, see how many chargers I have. If I'm missing any, there is a website that I like to use called XYAB, and they usually have a really good deal on stuff. All right, we also have a Game Boy Advance SP. This is the red version. I just looked inside the case that it came in, and there is a charger for that as well. So that's one less thing that I'll have to buy. And then there's just some other games. Got Call of Duty Black Ops 2. And these are just the kind of games that, oh, actually there's not a case for it, so we won't take that one. There's also Luigi's Mansion 3. This one isn't in there, so it's just the case. If he doesn't want it, I might just take it. You know, if I ever find a loose copy like I did with those ones, it'll always be something that I can sell. And then Need for Speed as well. There's nothing in this one. So these are just 3 empty cases. But really everything in here. And then the last 2 things that I got that I think are really, really cool. Nintendo 3DS. He said he turned it on, everything worked. It's the 3DS XL. It's not the new one. Right, it doesn't say new on here, and I'll show you the other one in just a bit. But it's still nice and clean. Didn't look like it had many scratches at all on the screen, so that'll be really cool. And then kind of the good one, right? Always appreciate a Zelda case. Let's open this bad boy up. This is probably like the prime piece, right? So there are a bunch of games, I'll go into that, but we do have the Galaxy 3DS XL new. Oh, you can see it. It's kind of I'll zoom in on it from here. But just say new Nintendo 3DS. Comes with a stylus. Screen still looks pretty good on that. He said he tested it out and it was working as well. So good to see that. And then all these games I'm going to keep. So let's go ahead and check these out. We've got for DS. I've got Super Mario Bros. There's Twilight Seen It, right? I'm not really interested in that one, but Mario Kart DS, and I believe, if we go to my collection here, I have a Mario Kart DS up here, just just a blank case that I've been collecting, right? Because you never know what's gonna happen, but now I've got a case for it. That's a really cool find. All right, going to 3DS, we've also got Mario Party Top 100, Mario Kart 7, which, let me double check. I think I've got a case for that one too, but I think, yep, I was right. I already have this one. So Mario Kart 7 might be good one to sell with one of the DS's. I do have somebody in mind, a friend of mine that wants a DS, so I might just sell that game with it. So he has a Mario Kart game. Then we also have Super Mario Bros. 2, and then Donkey Kong Country Returns. So some really cool games in there. All right, so that's all the items that are supposed to work. Now let's check out all the items that I need to test. All right, now items to test out. I got a PS2 Slim with a memory card. Pop this open. I have no idea if any of these work. To go through them all, I've got an Xbox 360 Black controller, Xbox One controller. Actually, I believe there's a few Xbox One controllers. There's a red one here. And then also what he had was this really cool one. I'll pop this on the screen. I thought this one looked pretty cool. It's got like bumper paddles on the bottom. This one's a little bit more sought after. I looked this up on eBay. It's like 35 bucks what it's going for. So that was pretty cool. This is just a case. Came with 2 PlayStation Move controllers. I believe these are for the PS3. I will have to check it out, but I believe they're for the PS3 because they come with the different things, but I will look them up and see if they work. Don't know if I need to have anything else for it. If there's a Move connection, like a camera, which I think there might be, I don't know if I will have that. It's got a Sony PS3 controller, 6-axis. One, oh, we got a few. Here's another one. This one's a little heavier than this one. And I don't know the difference. There's a 6-axis labeled once, and then one's labeled twice here. This one's heavier than the one that's labeled once, so curious on what that means. So 1, 2, got a third one. This one, these are all different. This one says DualShock 6-axis, which is just as heavy as that one with the double label I found earlier. And I've got another DualShock 3 6-axis, which these aren't bad. So I've got 4 here. Let's see. We've got a black Xbox One, which is a little dirty. Not gonna lie about that. So you have to test that bad boy out, see what we got. And we also got a black Xbox 360. Trying to see if we can immediately tell. Let's do a little trick here and pop this open. Make sure I got the right side of where it pops open. I believe it's right over here. Give me 1 second. There we go. Oh, and there is no hard drive in there, so that's a bummer. But we'll clean that up, we'll test it up, see what we got there. All the connections for them. So this one's for the Xbox One, connections for the Xbox 360, got the PS2, AV cord there. So I've got everything I need to test them. And I've got USB controllers or cords for these. And then I think the Xbox 360 one just needs some batteries. So we'll go ahead and test them out, clean them up, and see what we come up with. All right, so after we tested everything and cleaned it all up, we had the Nintendo with all 8 games. We had the DS Lite with the 3DS games. We had the 3DS, the other 3DS with the 4 3DS games. We also tested 8 Switch games. We also had the Game Boy Advance SP. We ended up with 4 games. We came back with Kirby's Amazing Mirror and Sonic 3. He also came back with some Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons and some Power Grips. After everything that I'm going to sell, I'm going to keep the DS Lite, the Game Boy Advance, the Joy-Cons, 2 of the Game Boy Advance games, the 3 DS games, the 3 3DS games, the 3 Nintendo Switch games, and 5 Nintendo games and Payday 4. With the deal we were able to make and with everything that I think I can sell, I'm really going to get everything that you just saw on the screen for anywhere from $0 to $40 out of pocket. Now, the goal is to have as many games as I can for $0. But if you look at all that, with all the games, getting a DS Lite and getting a new Game Boy Advance SP that'll bring 2 to my collection for $30 out of pocket, it's pretty good. I've already sold the Galaxy DS to a friend of mine. I already have the Nintendo with the 3 games, the Legend of Zeldas and Super Mario 3. I already have a buyer for that once I fix the pin setting. And I already have a buyer for the red 3DS. So I'm already 75% of the way there of getting my money back. I've just got to take a few pictures, put some things on eBay and Facebook Marketplace, and I'll get that cash back and then have that whole haul to myself. If you've learned anything from this video, it's make friends on Facebook, especially Facebook Marketplace. If you're ever just buying anything, if you're ever looking to get a game collection, right, and someone answers one of your ads, or maybe you buy games from somebody and they ask what you're into, what you're looking for, just strike up a conversation with that person because you never know what's going to happen. As I mentioned, I've been talking to this person for about a year. We've had 4 or 5 deals. This is the biggest one that I've had so far. Honestly, for everything that I kept and for all the money that I gave him for the initial purchase, I would say we both came out ahead and we'll both be doing business together again. If you liked today's video, please leave a like. If you like what we're doing here and you like this journey that we're on, hit the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber, and you can also hit the bell icon. That way you get notified of the future videos that we're doing. I'm going to try and film as many of these as I can. I love going on game hunts. I love seeing what I can get, what I can flip, and how much I can collect without really spending any money out of my own pocket at the end. So until then, as always, I've been Rex. You guys have been super cool, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye.